Sunday, we showed you local efforts to stop rural puppy mills' cycle of overbreeding for profit. That problem is even worse in southern states, where shelters are often so overcrowded with abandoned puppies that they resort to euthanasia. Shelters right here in the Coulee region are now trying to give puppies a second chance at life.
They euthanize more dogs on the daily basis than our shelters can hold.
The afternoon we visited Shannon Johnson. Her nonprofit Stray Souls is expecting a dozen puppies from a high-kill shelter in Texas, one that's built to house 85 dogs, but currently has more than 300.
Monday, they put down a litter of puppies that didn't even have their eyes open.
Every day, Johnson's email has new requests from similar shelters begging for help.
Seeing a plea for help and realizing that I can't because I don't have the right personnel for it.
She wants to save as many puppies as possible, but she's limited.
Before I can agree to bring a dog out of a southern shelter, they have to have a confirmed foster placement here because we don't have a facility.
Many animal rescue groups don't have their own building. And even though the Coulee Region Humane Society has one, they're pushed to the limit.
When we get super overcrowded, there's potential that we have to set up wire crates.
Fostering is a way these rescues and humane societies get some relief. Volunteers open their home to a puppy or two for an average of 2 weeks, while the organizations help find the puppy's forever home.
Seeing that they are just a completely different dog now that they've had the time to decompress out of the shelter, that's very rewarding.
It's why Shannon Christensen in Holman has fostered 35 dogs in the past 2 years for Last Paw Rescue based out of Toma.
If it wasn't for us fosters, all these dogs would be dead.
She wants to foster even more, but a Holman ordinance says a home can only have up to 3 dogs. She already owns 3, and when she added 2 fosters recently, a neighbor called police.
I explained to him that all my dogs are vetted, they're registered with the Village of Holman, and then the other 2 were fosters. Basically told me I would probably need to make sure I find a home for them soon so that I don't get any more complaints.
For her, it's a frustrating limitation.
This is what's stopping us from moving on and saving these animals.
What I'm asking the board to look at is ordinance and possibly considering short-term fostering.
She's now asking the village to update the ordinance to allow people like her to continue housing dogs that would otherwise be put down. Without a change, the next complaint could put an end to her passion for saving animals.
In the beginning, I was like, what am I getting myself into? Now, I don't know what I do without it. It's one of the things I don't want to give up on.
A sentiment Johnson and her volunteers know well as they meet their new furry arrivals after a long journey north.
When you're sitting there holding a puppy and you know that because you stepped up, that dog's story changed, that makes those messages hit home.
Now, at this point, there is no plan to update Holman's ordinance. Stray Souls and Last Paw Rescue have information for prospective foster volunteers on their websites. We'll be sharing that information on news8000.com.